To the story. The man believed to be the serial arsonist who's been setting fires in the homes of wealthy Johannesburgers for the past 2 years appeared in court today. Alfred Ndudeme Maputa has been charged with 24 counts of arson, 24 counts of theft and a charge of murder. One of his victims, whose home was set alight, died of smoke inhalation. The matter is back in court next Tuesday. The 36-year-old suspect's arrest is a result of the combined work of police and private security companies. Let's find out more from Fidelity Services Group CEO Wahl Bartman. Mr. Bartman, thank you so much for your time. It is much appreciated. The first home was set alight, I think, in February 2021. Tell us more about the way the serial arsonist operated. What actually did he do?
Well, thank you very much for the invite. It was all well planned. He was very professional in the way that he conducted himself, and the way that he wasn't picked up by any security equipment or alarm systems, etc. And the areas where he operated were all in a small radius where he operated. So definitely, and we know the modus operandi. After that, he would eat something out of the fridge, have something to drink, and then set the house alight.
Do you have any clues at this point as to what his possible motive was?
Well, as we all know, it's been in court today. It's still under investigation. It's a very sensitive matter, and I think we need to give other investigation teams between the SAPS and the private companies to build the strongest case possible.
One of the theories that I read about is that this is a person who had a revenge issue. He had a resentment, perhaps. He used to move in these more affluent circles, and this was part of a revenge plot. Have you heard that as a motivation theory or not?
Well, there's a few things that we've heard and why he's acted in the way and the manner that he has done. But as I said, it's still early stages. I think it's just glad that the arrests have been made. And yes, we need to make sure that we time up with all those 24 incidents.
How did his arrest occur? What we've heard is that he was arrested in eNCA in Johannesburg. Was he casing a possible house to set on fire in that suburb?
Well, not all the information is available, and what we know is that, there's been some indication. He's been identified earlier, and I think we were just waiting for the right time to do the arrest.
So how did you know where he was? Tell us how it went down.
Well, unfortunately, we can't disclose it. I think we need to protect certain individuals. And between ourselves, the security companies, the SAPS, everybody worked together and followed up all the information. You would also recall that there was a reward offered by Fidelity, by ourselves. And yes, we got some information.
So we did see...
That led to the arrest.
Yeah, we did see, you mentioned that he was at first quite careful to avoid CCTV cameras and beams and that sort of thing. But there has been footage of the suspect in a house.
Yes.
Was it a matter of getting that image of his face, circulating that amongst the police and private security, saying, keep an eye out for this person?
Yes, I think there's been some footage circulating from a few incidences that we have. On the outside and on the inside, that was followed up. And of course, there has been a lot of work going into to try and apprehend the suspect, to try and arrest him in the areas while he was committing these crimes. But as I said, he was very professional, the way that he conducted himself, the way that he did not activate a lot of the alarm systems, and how he operated is still under investigation to make sure how could he achieve all this without being picked up by any of our companies.
Absolutely. You mentioned that Fidelity offered a 100,000 Rand reward for information that would lead to an arrest. Do you think that helped nab him? Do you think that motivated people to keep an extra careful eye out for him? And will you be paying it out?
Yes, definitely we will be paying out the reward. And definitely, I think it's paid off. I think the community, everybody supported, gave information. When anything suspicious happened, the residents all reported these things in, and I think a joint operation from everybody led to a great success.
And of course, you know, we're coming up for the festive season. A lot of people will be leaving their homes to go on holiday. We're always concerned about crime in this country. I mean, it's a burden we all have to bear. But what would you say are the important lessons that have been learnt through this experience? Lessons that homeowners and everyone can use to make sure they're not only safe from potential arson attacks, but any crime-related activity in their homes?
Well, I think definitely to be proactive, to make sure that your alarm system is 100% functional, and also to set it up and not to take anything for granted. If something has changed or you see something different, report it to your security company, report it to the police, and be careful and be on the lookout, because we know that you must have known exactly where and how to enter these houses.
Yeah, clearly a very intelligent criminal, in the sense that he did his homework, he did his research, he was watching, he was looking, he was waiting, and hopefully you've got the right person. Thank you so much. Wahl Bartman, CEO of Fidelity Services Group. They worked hand in hand with the police, and they believe they have nabbed the serial arsonist who's been on the prowl in Johannesburg for the last 2 years.